listening and watching to your favorite podcast. This is the Maximum Filipino Show. My lips, bro. I'm way so chapped. It's winter. It's not winter. It's just snowing a lot. And it's cold.
White stuff out there.
In a non-very sexual way. Wait, so much so much white stuff out there?
Yeah.
In that part of town, there's a lot of black people. I don't know where you find all these white stuff. Anyway, he's not feeling well. I think it's not COVID. He already got COVID.
No. It's just, I guess, the weather change. Body's trying to adjust to it. So.
Yeah, it's trying to get used to the whole Michigan weather.
Yeah.
Yes, so this is the Maximum Filipino Show. This is Afterflicks. My name is CB, Captain Bug, AJ. Call me whatever you want. I don't care.
And my name is Wakka.
Yes, we're doing Afterflicks. This is a Disney Plus original. We're doing Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
Hawkeye, which is weird because we don't usually do a lot of spy shows, and at least for Disney, because we didn't do the I almost said Black Forest.
Black Forest.
I know.
Which I come with that.
I don't know why. Winter Soldier, Falcon and a Winter Soldier. So probably why I said Black Forest, because he's Falcon is black, and then
Where'd you get forest from?
Winter Soldier, when he was in Wakanda, he lived in a forest. Black Forest. They're perfect. Okay.
Trying to help yourself.
I know. No, I don't know why I said Black Forest. But we're doing Hawkeye. The first, so this is weird that they have two first episodes of Hawkeye, and they're both about an hour each.
Yeah, it is. But
because they did that in WandaVision.
But there was half an hour.
Yeah, half an hour.
And didn't they do that for Loki too?
Nope.
No. Huh?
I think they only had one for Loki, one for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, 2 episodes it was pretty good though. Having 2 episodes.
Oh, though the show. So in general, let's start from there.
Yeah.
the show itself is actually really good. All the stuff that they did. Jeremy Renner is one of my favorite actor. He is in Bourne Ultimatum.
No, Bourne.
Legacy.
Yeah, at least Legacy.
Is it Legacy?
I'll check.
I think it is Bourne Legacy. He was the only Bourne that is not Matt Damon.
Yeah.
And he was actually in the Philippines.
Yes.
Yeah, and some of the actors in there, they hired from the Philippines, like Filipino actors. Bourne Legacy?
Yep, Bourne Legacy.
I was right. Bourne Legacy. But yeah. He was one of my favorite actor. It was really good in this. So one thing that I like about the show, okay? Cuz I don't know, I might be wrong. You might be taking the show in a different way, different perspective. So in comparison, just like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, in comparison to WandaVision, What If, is that it? No, Loki. Especially What If. There's a lot of Easter egg. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of things to talk about in those shows. But in the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I assume the same thing with Hawkeye, it's just straight, just flat storyline. You know what I mean? Like what's going on, what's gonna happen with Falcon and Winter Soldier, who's gonna be the next Captain America, the life behind the life behind Winter Soldier and Zeno. It's like everything is just flat, straight flat. And I don't mean that in a bad way that it's just boring. It's not boring because it's a spy movie, but everything is just, there's no like what if, there's nothing like, there's nothing that excites you mentally. It excites you emotionally because of all the action moves that's going on, but nothing mentally. It's like this episode like bugged me, like, or this episode blew my mind. Nothing like that. You know what I mean?
I see. It was a very straightforward show.
There you go. That's actually the perfect description for that. It's a very straightforward show. Yeah. I don't know yet. I don't know about Hawkeye. But with Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's just straightforward. This is the show. This is what we're gonna give you. This is what's gonna happen, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So the we are introduced. Pull up IMDb real quick. We are introduced with new character. We have Hailey Seinfeld. She was. Do you remember a show or a movie she was in? She was in Pitch Perfect. That's the first movie I've seen her.
Really?
Yeah, I think the Pitch Perfect 2. I'm about 85% sure.
Yep.
Pitch Perfect 2.
That's where I've seen her. I've seen her in Bumblebee.
Bumblebee, that's right. She is in Bumblebee.
She played a major role in that one.
Okay, so let's look at the what's her name in this in the show?
The show name is Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop, that's right. Kate Bishop. So a lot of people assume, actually they assume that Kate Bishop, I don't know why they would assume that. Now that I think about it, I don't know why they would assume that, because they thought the Kate Bishop character will be Hawkeye's daughter, which it doesn't make any sense because her name is Kate Bishop.
Maybe they didn't know the character name. They just saw her uniform, bow and arrow that just went with it, and it's like that could be his daughter or niece.
Yeah, because in the beginning of Endgame, remember the very beginning of Endgame, Hawkeye was training his daughter in the bow and arrow before they disappeared. Yeah.
But yeah, it could have been, before revealing the show, it could have been a niece, a relative, maybe.
Kate Bishop.
Yeah, without knowing. What I mean is, like, along with those who are just thinking who she is, how is she related to Hawkeye, what's...
No. They were just assuming that because of that beginning part of Endgame, that it will be...
It's his daughter.
The daughter of Hawkeye. What's his alter ego?
Hawkeye? Wait.
Yeah, his alter ego's name? Clint.
Yeah.
Clint
Barton.
Barton. That's right. Clint Barton. Yeah. So let's go with the show. The very beginning, we started with Kate Bishop as a kid.
Yep, and right?
It was a fight in New York.
Yeah, which was Avengers.
Yes, Avengers, the first Avengers, not Captain America first Avengers, but the first Avengers in 2012.
Yes.
Okay, so when I first saw that scene, right? Since it's because I already connected all the dots that because this show is Hawkeye and we go back to 2012 and it's Kate Bishop and we've seen it in the trailers that Kate Bishop is gonna be the main girl who's gonna go under, not physically, who's gonna go be a disciple of Clint. I knew for sure they're gonna show Clint or Hawkeye in the whole 2012 Avengers, right? Because they're gonna connect it from there. That's how she's gonna be inspired to be an archer and things like that. And I already saw that coming like a mile away. As soon as they're like, oh, they're in New York, they're a kid. Because think about this. And I think you already know this from me, that when I watch a show, right? I try to go to the directors and the writers' perspective. So why are we in New York as a kid? What is the reason why for all this? Why is this the preface of the show?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, so it's gotta be the fight in New York 2012. There's no other way. There's no reason. There's no other reason why we are in New York and this Kate Bishop kid is a little girl.
Right.
There's no it can't just be a normal backstory of her and her parents. There's no way. So I was like, oh, it's a fight in New York, and then you saw that big thing flying, like, yep, there it is, a fight in New York. And then if this is a fight in New York and the show is called Hawkeye, they're gonna show Clint, and they did. Which brings me, when I saw that scene, I laughed so hard because they not justified, but they gave an importance of, they gave Hawkeye a very important integral part in the whole 2012. Because if you think about it, right? Clint didn't really do that much in Avengers fight. Like,
all he did was just bow and arrow.
Just the bow and arrow. But even even Romanov, right? Black Widow did a very integral part of the whole fight because she grabbed the staff and to close the the space stone, right? She played a huge part of the whole fight. But if we're ranking it out of all the Avengers, Clint will be the last person in there. But now they're putting it like it's actually nothing. There's a big part of it, and this is the big part. If Clint wasn't there, if Clint didn't do this thing, none of this new characters will show up.
Yeah, Kate Bishop wouldn't exist.
Right. And that scene, that specific scene that he did when he jumped off the building,
right,
shot his last arrow and then hit the window. I don't know if you remember in the movie, that's when he's like, that was the only reason why he stopped fighting, because he hit the window, his back started to hurt, like then he's done. You don't see him anymore. That's it. You know, the next thing you see him is when Loki stood up and then he pulled his arrow in Loki's perspective. That's it. That's the only time you see him again. But that was the scene when he like stopped fighting because he hit a freaking window and then he's done. I'm not saying hitting a window is an easy thing, okay? I wouldn't do it. Especially in a tall building. Like, I won't do that. I won't be jumping off the building. But what I'm saying is they put an importance in that stupid scene.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry. That was a long rant for some.
It was a quick background of who is Kate Bishop and how she came to be. But they also did a quick Kate Bishop.
You gotta hear.
Backstory during the opening credits. You know how they had an image of her. I don't know if you recall it, where silhouette or arts of her doing karate, bow and arrow.
Oh yeah.
So you already see
the progression of her character.
Training,
yeah. Yep. Well, so a lot of this superhero, and we saw this in The Boys. A lot of these superheroes that doesn't have superpowers, and they just have physical attributes that they're strong. Mm-hmm. The Boys mocked that. Remember when they kicked out oh crap, I forgot his name. Cool. But the Aquaman dude, right? When they kicked him out and they're looking for a new guy, they found this guy who's blind. They're mocking Daredevil. They found this blind kid that can fight, and then
right.
and then he hit him right in the ears, because his hearing ability is so good. They said because he's blind, and then he freaking hit his ears, and then that's it, he's done. It's like, you're not a superhero, that's a stupid skill, something like that. And a lot of the superheroes are like this, at least with Romanov, with Scarlet Witch, she has the serum, so she has like physical super ability, like a non-normal strength.
Wait, did she take the serum?
Yeah, it's a Russian serum. Yeah, it's their own version of the serum. At least in the comic books, that's what they said.
I see. But they didn't show it in the show, though?
I don't think so. I don't think in Black Widow movie they showed it. Yeah.
Wait, Scarlet Witch? Are you talking about Romanoff or Black Widow?
Black Widow. Did I say Scarlet Witch?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I always mix up Scarlet Witch and Scarlett Johansson. Why didn't they just make Scarlet Witch Scarlett Johansson? It would be much easier. But yeah, Black Widow. So, she has the serum, but with Clint and now with Kate Bishop, they don't have that.
Yeah, so they're just straight human strength.
Yeah, it's just all strength. So with Kate Bishop, okay, so I don't know if you have anything to talk about. No. I have a question. So we know Kate Bishop is really rich, like she's stupid rich, and this show depicts how stereotypical rich people are. Mm-hmm. And a lot of movies and TV shows, when they show rich person, they're always like jerks. They're always like snobby. Yeah. They're always like hating on poor people. Like, I don't even know if that's for real. Like, not. I don't know, because I mean,
can we say it's a stereotype?
It's gotta be a stereotype, but there's only one rich person or rich kid that I know of who's really humble and down to earth, is the rich kid in Big Hero 6. Remember that guy who they thought is a homeless dude?
Yes.
Yeah. and then come to find out his dad is
He's
Stanley.
really-
But anyway, so they have that whole stereotype of Kate Bishop's family and all that. So now, so I guess my question is, if you saw an Avenger,
Mhm.
you met an Avenger in real life, would that be your reaction? Like how she reacted to Hawkeye? Like it was just so nonchalantly, you know what I mean? Like, oh,
I think she
yeah,
just didn't
Hawkeye.
know how to respond. I mean, like if I met a celebrity that I look up to, I mean, I honestly won't know what my reaction would be, but I think I'll be chill about it. I was like, hey, I respect you and I look up to you, yada yada yada. But I'm not gonna go like girly, like ah.
Yeah.
No, not like
I don't
that.
know. I feel like I'll be more starstruck or awestruck than how she was. I don't know. I feel like it would be amazing.
Maybe it was because
But I tell you this for sure though, I won't be as weird as that guy in the bathroom.
I remember that scene.
Yeah,
Okay.
that guy was weird.
Yeah, he was
It's
like,
true, though.
it's not a good time. And
Yeah.
then when you say someone's tell somebody it's not at the right time, not now. You would assume that he's not feeling good or his mind is not there, or something very negative notation. But this guy's just thought, oh, he's pissing right now. Yeah, you're right. I need him to wash his hands first.
Yeah. He said his daughter will be happy. Whose daughter is gonna be happy for Hawkeye's picture?
In the
I bet you
bathroom.
that's for him.
Was it his daughter?
Yeah, he said his daughter. I bet you that's for him.
Oh, that's gay.
Nah.
That's just weird. That's queer. That's just quack.
Yeah. So a lot of it is like that. But so here's the question that I thought about when I was watching that show. So I think about this is after Endgame, right? This whole
Yeah.
thing is after Endgame. How can you live? So Falcon and Winter Soldier is also after Endgame.
Yes.
But we saw their life after Endgame and how they gonna adjust in the real world,
Right.
We saw that. But with Clint, now his thing is just going back to his family and fixing all that, and now fixing the Ronin part. But here's my question. Here's my thing, right? And this is why in the comic books, Doctor Strange, I feel like I'm prefacing so many things, but. So in the comic books, Doctor Strange, when he realized that there's stronger power than the power on Earth, he decided not to stay on Earth, but to go somewhere else and get stronger and stronger. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Now, with Clint and Hawkeye specifically, all right, this dude went to space. Went literally to space when Romanov got killed, right? And not just that,
Oh, yeah.
even before
That's
that, he went in quantum realm. He freaking went to quantum realm to go back in time and then go to space. Remember in Endgame?
How
They
do
went-
no, the quantum realm part. How did he get there?
So for them to go back in time, remember in Endgame?
Oh, okay.
They went in quantum realm.
Yes.
So he experienced all these things. He fought Thanos. He fought all these aliens, and now you're just gonna go back and live your normal life. Like I get it, you have a family and all. You know what I mean? I'm not dismissing that. You have a family, but it's gotta be harder to live your life as just normal. It's like knowing that there's bigger stuff going on out there.
So you're comparing him to like regular, when something bigger is out there.
Yeah, there's something like larger than you out there now that you realize, you know what I mean, that there's and not just with Clint, I'm talking about like the whole world now that we realize that there's space, there's aliens. How come this version of Earth is not preparing for something bigger than right now? You know what I mean? Like how come these people are not freaking out? It's like, yo, there's aliens, they're real, like we gotta do something about this. You know what I mean? Like, so with Clint, it's like he went to quantum realm, he went to space, and then he's going back to his normal, like as if none of those happened.
I guess he's just saying that, or to answer your question, someone else is already taking care of that job. I need a break.
Yeah, well, even not even talking about that. It's just talking about the mentality of the idea Just the fact that there's, I don't know. I feel like, so I'm putting myself in that position. If I've been in those kind of situations and kind of experiences, I don't think I can. I'll be PTSD in a different way. You know what I mean?
Maybe
I don't know if I can be normal after that.
I guess I see what your point, but for him to go through all that, it's now become a norm standard. Like it's another day's work for him. Like,
Well, because it's also stressing him out when the Chinese restaurant gave him the food for free.
that's what I was looking at that scene and I'm like, bro, that's free food.
I
Free
know.
food.
It's like, why is this bumming you out?
Like you're not a normal person. Is that what you're worried about? If you were worried about that, you should have worn a mask like everyone else. Well, almost everyone else.
Well, he did. Hence Ronin.
True. Beforehand.
Okay. I know. Think about this, right? I realized it too because when they watch the musical and when they're walking around and that guy trying to take a pic. Oh yeah, specifically when that guy trying to take a picture of him in the bathroom. I realized this, that most of the, is it most? I think all of them. No, not Spider-Man, but most of the characters don't wear masks. And even the one like Iron Man that wears mask, he reveals himself as I am Iron Man. You know what I mean? Like they know all their identities.
Hawkeye. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Every single one of them. They don't have masks, excluding Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like if you go to DC Comics, you have Batman. At least you have Superman that secret identity as soon as he put on his glasses. Flash has a mask. You know.
I think there's 3 people I know that doesn't wear a mask.
Wonder Woman and Aquaman.
Yeah, and
Cyborg.
Superman. Oh, Cyborg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cyborg. You're right.
Yeah. But you know, like with Avengers, they don't wear masks. Like why aren't they hiding their identity? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to
Well,
me.
Thor doesn't have to worry about a thing, at least
But
with
yeah.
Earth.
Well, yeah, I know. I know. Well, Captain America doesn't wear a mask.
Yeah, even the Eternals didn't wear anything.
Mm-mm.
I mean, they hid their identity except for that Indian dude.
Oh, Black Panther wears a mask. He did, and then he removed it in the
movie
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Is it Winter Soldier?
Where
Oh no, not Winter Soldier. It was Civil War. It was Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War.
Yeah, it was Civil War.
Let's see who else was wearing a mask. Yeah, I guess you're right. Black Panther. Oh, and the other 2 dudes, but they all know his identity.
Who's 2 dudes?
Or Ant-Man and Wasp.
Oh, Ant-Man and Wasp. Yeah. Like I said, it's either they wear a mask, you know, like Black Panther and Spider-Man, or they wear a mask but they just reveal their identity.
Yeah, they're not hiding it. So the only one person that's hiding is Spider-Man. Well, until
No Way Home.
Yeah.
Until Far From Home, I guess. Like
the
end of Far From Home. Speaking of Spider-Man, sorry, I don't know. What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
Speaking of Spider-Man, we are in New York. Where the heck is Spider-Man? Now, the question is, are we gonna see Spider-Man
in New York?
Yeah, because Hawkeye is in New York, and all these crimes are happening.
Well, he's in Brooklyn, in the Bronx. Sorry, Bronx.
No. He is Queens.
I thought what's his name? Captain was in Queens.
No, he is in Brooklyn. Yeah, remember that fight in Civil War? Hey kid, where you from? Queens. He said Brooklyn.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
So where is he in here?
No, but he protects the whole New York, not just Queens.
No, Hawkeye is in Times Square. No, is that where the?
Yeah.
So I don't know where Times Square is compared to the other 2 cities.
I know, me neither.
Yeah. I guess I see your point where Hawkeye or Clint Barton. Clint doesn't. It hasn't clicked to him yet that there's bigger things than us humans. We should worry about other things, but I'm assuming that he thinks that he's just a grunt because he does all the groundwork.
Yeah.
While he has what do they call them that does processing? So you have agent on the field and you have a person that sits behind the desk that tells you the information.
I
forgot what you call those guys. And then you got the big head honcho that looks into those things, like what's his name, Fury,
Fury, yeah.
who does that, taking care of the world.
No, I guess it's more of the if I experience all of that, me personally, if I experience all of the things that he experienced, I think it's gonna be harder for me to live a normal life. You know what I mean? And he might not be living a normal life. We might see the whole progression of his stature within the whole show. But it's hard, you know what I mean? Like, think about it. It's probably harder for you to live your life when you lived in the Philippines. When you moved from the Philippines back to America, your adjustment was a lot different, right?
Right. Okay.
Imagine that and compare it to what he experienced in quantum realm, in space, your best friend dying, and every single one of them. Well, we already saw what happened while he was watching the musical, and so he's having all that with Scarlett Johansson with Black Widow. And speaking of Black Widow, there's a rumor that we're gonna see her sister in the show.
I've seen a clip somewhere.
Oh, really?
Not a clip, a thumbnail with her on a Hawkeye thing. So she might.
Yeah, imagine Kate Bishop and Yelena, in a scene. That would be funny.
Yeah, Elena's very serious. I mean, she's trying to be corny, but she's.
I'm actually excited for that, to see Yelena and Kate Bishop interacting with each other.
Wait,
that'll be awesome.
What was her mission at the end of the movie?
To find Hawkeye, because he's saying, remember that chick who recruited all of these people? It's the girl from Seinfeld.
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah. She's saying that the reason why your sister died because of Clint.
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So it makes sense why she's in this. She might star in the show.
Yeah, and I thought it's just gonna be in the next, like, a movie. I didn't realize it would be a show.
Speaking of movie, you did mention that the first 2 episodes was more of a cinematic movie-ish kind of thing versus.
Yeah. So when I was watching this, I couldn't help but notice that they're shooting it in a cinematic form. If I feel like I'm watching a movie instead of a TV show. So if you compare if you pay attention to a lot of details, and the angles and the kind of camera they're using and the editing that they're using for TV shows and movies, you can see a big difference. You know what I mean? Like, they put a lot of effort in movies for sure than TV shows.
Comparing to the previous Disney originals of the Marvel.
I think so. I feel like it. Even with WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, I feel like this is more of a movie feeling.
Interesting.
In the shows, in every episodes.
I can understand WandaVision being more of a.
So I think it's because we. Oh, it might be. That might be it. Not just the cinematography of the movie, but we dove into action right away. There's not a lot of backstory. There's not a lot of dragging, boring moments. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Like, we dove into action. Like, if you compare it to Falcon and Winter Soldier, there's that backstory of, we're gonna talk about what's going on with Falcon and his family. We're gonna talk about Winter Soldier and his dreams and nightmares, and then them interacting to each other, and then recruiting Zemo, and then once we see Zemo, that's when the whole fight actions starts.
I guess I can see.
You know
what
I mean?
You see. Oh, yeah, that's right.
But with this, it's like, boom, action. You know, which is, I mean, I don't really mind it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's not boring. I mean, am I wrong to say that it's not like you said earlier? It's a straightforward show. There's nothing hiding here. Well, at least for these 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you think about it, like, who else can you give a detailed background? Like, you had one for Kate Bishop, right?
Yeah, that was
with
good
her. We don't know. See, we don't know if her dad is really dead. Her dad might just be gone.
Yeah, he wasn't just there. He wasn't there. He just disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Was there a funeral?
There was.
There was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a funeral scene, but I'm not sure if it was the dad. Yeah, I think it was the dad.
It was that, but we didn't see any body.
Yeah, there was no body. It was just
A funeral.
it was an odd scene where everything was shaking up,
Mm-hmm.
but the mom and dad weren't around until the very
I know
last scene.
they just disappeared. All right.
I thought it was a dream at first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you know how the mom wasn't there,
Mm-hmm.
and then Avengers
Oh, yeah,
movie
that makes
happening.
sense.
So I just thought it was
yeah.
a dream
Yeah, that makes
until
sense.
then the mom came at the very end. It's like, Kate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I thought it was a dream. But then again, it's a flashback.
So the dad and the new fiance, they both look a lot alike. I thought they're the same person.
Okay, this may be just me because this is what I've been seeing for the longest, and I think I've already told you about it.
Are you saying that all white people look the same?
No.
Oh.
What I'm saying is that do you think people who continuously break up with other people date with someone they look
They're probably yes.
like someone from before?
Yes, like for the most part, yeah, because they have the type.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like maybe it's because they have their preference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that guy, didn't you notice that?
They look very alike.
They look very alike,
The only difference is that he has
right?
his beard is more.
What's the name of that villain?
Duke something. Jack Dusney.
Jack.
Jack Duskey. Yeah, let's go with Jack.
Yeah, Jack. Let me see. Let me see if I can read this. Jack Ducaney.
There's an S there. Are you seeing the
Yeah,
S is silent?
It can be silent.
Yeah, Ducaney. Yeah, Duques.
Jack.
Jack.
That's his name. So based on the show, based on the first 2 episodes, that the show is telling us that he killed his uncle.
Not to cut you off, man. I feel bad for this guy. Is this really his name?
Frothy.
He was a Kazi.
For a comic books, I won't be surprised though. Is that his real name?
Yeah, his real name.
Oh, Frothy. Oh shoot. Can I have some Frappuccino? And some almond milk.
Sorry, Frothy. We're not. I mean, if you're listening, cool. We appreciate it. But yeah. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, so the first 2 episodes, the show is the show is portraying that Jack is the villain, and that he killed his uncle. Do you think that's true or not? What's your thought?
According to the news report or the little things that I've caught, he died by a sword.
Yeah.
So.
And Jack stole Ronin's sword.
Yeah, he did. I mean, they made him look like he's the bad guy, but.
Well, what do you think? What's your prediction right now?
How I felt since hanging out with you, how my mind is seeing it now. It's very possible that he is just a pawn of a villain.
But do you think he killed his uncle specifically?
Yeah.
Is that what you're calling?
I'm calling it.
That he killed him? Okay.
That was the impression I got.
Yeah.
So.
So my critical brain is telling me that he didn't, but I'm gonna go with my heart and say, yeah, he did. That's my take. That
So
he's
why?
the one who killed it.
Why do your critical brain say he didn't?
That he didn't because it's too obvious.
Yeah, I forgot.
It's
That's
too.
how you think.
Yeah, it's too obvious.
Okay, then who do you think is? What do your mind think is the real criminal? Do you think it's someone that was there at the black market, at the black auction?
No, I think it's I think a lot of it is gonna be so it's someone is trying to buy Ronin's equipment,
Right.
like stuff, because they're trying to find out who the real Ronin is. Because remember, this is the Hawkeye, and now all the people that Ronin killed or tried to kill are coming back for him.
For someone who is intricate or very, I guess not detailed, but who's been through a lot, you would assume to cover your bases, right? How did he end up losing his Ronin suit?
Right, I know, dude. I know. Yeah.
Because even he was surprised where the where'd you find that?
Mm-hmm.
Unless he dumped it somewhere.
That was a big switch knife. Did you see that sword? And it disappears because the handle is just this small, right? It's
And
like a
then-
magical sword.
Like, I wonder how it's interacted. I'm like,
Yeah, probably.
I think it's interacted,
Mm-hmm.
but man, it's to inside the in the
It's
grip.
like that
I
small.
forgot what it's called, but the grip, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
It's a big switch knife.
How can you lose that? That's a
Yeah.
very nice sword.
And then the other question in the show is the watch. What happened to the watch?
On the watch, that reminds me of the movie Red Notice for some reason.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but he has a watch because they're trying to look for the watch. So during the black market, right? The explosion happened, and the those thieves try to find the stuff, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the watch,
Which
and
was already on the bus.
no. It was in a bag,
Okay.
and then the guy who's the driver, or whatever, whoever it is, he's either the driver or the guy who just grabs the bag and put it in the back of the truck, or both. Found it, and he said, "Oh, I found it," and then the dog attacked him.
Speaking of dog, I feel bad for the dog being one-eyed. Like, they really made. What's the purpose of the dog?
There's got to be a purpose for the dog.
Yeah, there has to be. And two, they
Yeah,
made
that
him
can't be-
one-eyed.
That can't be the last thing we're gonna see the dog.
Unless it's one of those heroes that I'm not aware of in the comics where Kate Bishop has a partner dog.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that, but it has to be a one-eyed dog.
Right. So this show has a lot of draggy moments,
Yeah.
and like a draggy moments and moments that it doesn't make any sense. That's why it's draggy, or it's draggy because I don't know. It's the same thing. It's both. It's draggy. That's why it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense because it's draggy. The part where they're looking for the suit, right?
Mm-hmm.
They left it in the apartment burning, and then got stolen, and then he had to go to this whole thing and had to take a picture, and that whole scene doesn't make any sense, and there's no purpose for that.
After what Clint gone through, he couldn't pick up a uniform that's in a burning house.
I know, it's just like
it's like they watered him down from all the things he been through. Like, he been through, like you said, space and time travel, and here he's scared of fire to pick up his uniform.
and there's a lot of scenes of him telling Kate Bishop, "Stay here, I gotta go. Stay here, I gotta go." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess
Like,
because
when
he's used to working solo, and to his like. It's
No,
a kid.
not just that, but it's in a show perspective. He told him to stay, and then he's leaving twice. When he went to the apartment, no, to his her apartment. Stay here, I gotta go take care of this, and then the jumpsuit people came in, burned her place, and she said, "Let's go and grab it." He said, "No, I'll just come back for it." And I thought they were gonna come back like the following day or something. Like, he came back that same moment. Why didn't you just grab the suit? It's right there. Just grab it, and then we'll go. You know?
Exactly. I agree.
And then they just left there, and then he left her in the aunt's or grandma's apartment, and they come to find out the suit is stolen.
And then that
Like-
scene where he
like,
went to.
I don't know why. What is the point of him wearing the? What is the point of going there? Like, showing that whole scene. Why can't he just go, cut, and then he'll come back, or some other scene with Kate Bishop, and then Hawkeye will come back and tell him that your house is burned down and I can't find the suit.
I guess to understand more about the character, or two, trying to drag this to being an hour.
I know you're answering my question, but I'm saying, I'm asking them the question. I'm not asking you the question. I'm asking them the question. Like, why? You know,
I
that's
did
what I'm
like the
saying.
scene where he snuck in pretty well.
Oh yeah,
That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
yeah. That actually proves a lot of point. So there's a lot of these YouTube videos, right? They said if you want to get a free pass to a lot of places, all you have to, and you know this, just a bouncer, right? A lot of places, if you want to go in a place, all you have to do is get a lanyard, just a normal lanyard with a piece of paper and what do you call this? It's plastic covered piece of paper, laminated
okay.
piece of paper, and you can turn it around, because usually the back is not, there's nothing on the back.
Right.
You can go anywhere you want. You can literally go anywhere you want. So as a bouncer, right? If I come into one of your places, one of the places you work for, and I have the lanyard, and I look not sophisticated, but I look like I'm
part of the
working,
team.
right? you would just let me in, because you usually don't stop people. Let me see your ID. Let me see your this thing, especially if the place is busy, right?
I guess you're right. Typically, something like that will slide. But now they're being more strict as a security. But yeah, I get your point. What I mean more strict, they will have the names ready for them. It's like, okay, who's working, yada yada yada.
Oh, yeah.
But that's from the start. But during the whole show,
oh yeah,
like it's possible that they can slip in and out.
Right. There was this one one TikToker. He was there to go in someone's concert and play the guitar. So he went up there, told the security guard, told the security by the stage that I'm part of them, and then he just let him go. He grabbed the guitar, he started playing. Stacy's mom. They're playing Stacy's mom.
Right.
And then the guitar player's like, "What are you doing?" And then he started playing, and then the I almost said worship leader, the lead vocal, looked at him and was like, "Who the heck is this guy?" And then he did the lead, and they're like, "Oh, he's good. So he like went on with the whole team, and then after the whole song ended, it's like the lead singer's like, "Yo, give it up with this guy. Who is this guy?" Yeah, so
wow.
It's like it's all you have to do is just have a lanyard, or if let's say in
we're not saying we're promoting this, by the way.
Oh, I mean, you see it all over YouTube. If you want to go to like a football game, like a baseball game, what you need is a vest and a helmet, like a construction helmet, and they will let you in, because thinking that there's something going on in the stadium that needs to be fixed. You know.
Always come. I can see construction workers always.
Oh
passing.
yeah, right.
Or one of those guys who comes in is like, we're the plumbers. We need to fix your building.
All right. Yeah. So if you have what do you call this? A toolbox. If you have a toolbox, just walk around with a toolbox. They will let you in. Yeah.
Never thought of that. Just thought that was a movie thing.
There was one YouTube video that I watched. He said, "How do I get everything for free, right? In a baseball game, like I'm talking about tickets, beer, and all that." So what he did was he had a bottle of milk, and then he went up to the gate and said, "Hey, listen, man, I just went in my car to grab milk for my baby. My wife is in there. I just forgot my ticket." They let him in.
I guess it only fits who plays the part. If you see me going in there trying to say the same thing, I'm like, nah. Yeah,
a lot of those comments are like the white privilege. I don't know. I think it's just a hustle. I think if you hustle it right, you will get it. So
probably.
He went in, and then he saw people that are getting drunk. They put down their beer, so he will grab it and drink it and put it back.
What?
Things that you do before COVID, you know what I mean?
That's funny.
And things that you probably will not do after COVID. But yeah, that was a smart idea. It's like he has a milk bottle, you know, and he came up to an older gentleman, because usually the people that's guarding the gates are older gentlemen, older ladies, and you just tell them, "Hey, listen, I just ran up the car, I forgot the ticket, my baby's crying and my wife is in there, so can I, you know?" And that's it.
That's funny.
What you need. I know. Yeah.
Well, the way that Hawkeye did his entrance in all of his sneak-ins, that was pretty good.
How likely is it that there's available uniform in a truck?
Right. I'm like, someone just, "Hey, I'm here for work." He got his uniform on. He just walked right to the truck.
Right.
Nonchalant. No one stopped him.
And it's the first truck.
It's like, okay.
Like his luck is so great that it's the first truck.
Right.
There's a jacket in there and a helmet.
And he did something typically no criminal or spy would do. He went back and put the uniform back.
Yeah. Or not just that, but he left his bag in the truck.
Yeah.
You know?
It made me feel like someone's just arrived late for work, just plugging in. I was like, who would bring someone's uniform to work?
Or it's probably not the first time he has done it. You know what I mean? Like, he has done it 50 times. Like, the first 25 times he's grabbing his bag with him. Then he realized nobody ever comes back here, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna try it out 10 more times. It's like, nah, it's never gonna happen. So I'm gonna start doing this. You know what I mean?
It's possible.
He's been doing it for a long time.
Now the jacket I get, But the helmet?
I know it was in front of the like the bumper.
That's funny. Oh, okay. And the transition. How did he figure out that it's possible that the uniform was at this Lappers and little party gig? The whole little fan.
Oh yeah.
Like he closed the door and he sees a sticker.
The sticker. I know. I told you it's his luck. That's all his luck.
At first I didn't get what Lappers meant, but I think I realized it's not LAPD. It's something.
It's a live action something. It's an acronym of something.
Well, he must have known it then.
Yeah. No. He. I think he just assumed because of the logo. No. He Googled it. Remember?
Yeah, he did.
He Googled the Lappers.
What I mean is that of all chances of his luck leading him to where his
Yeah, and it was the truck who stole the suit. You know what I mean? Out of all the firefighters that are in there, it was that guy who's driving the truck who stole the suit.
it must have been his uniform who didn't show up to work.
Yeah. Oh no, he might have taken the suit and then left.
Wow, he must have did
That's probably what
Hawkeye
he did.
move.
You know what I mean? Hawkeye. He took the suit because he got excited. Oh, I got a freaking awesome ninja suit, so I'm gonna take off my uniform, leave it here, and then go home, and then shoot a YouTube video.
He dipped work. He
dipped
dips work.
He absolutely did.
Oh, that's
He absolutely did. And he's probably the driver of that truck because he put his own sticker on the truck. You know what I mean?
Well, true, but he left. So who's gonna drive?
It's one of them. So in the show, it was mentioned Katniss Everdeen. It was mentioned. Katniss Everdeen was mentioned.
When they were doing cosplay, right?
Yeah.
It threw me off, and then while you laughed, and it just hit me. It's like, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It was Katniss Everdeen was next to, what was the?
It was Thor.
It was Thor, right?
Yeah. Hey, they're like, hey, look, it's you. He said, no, that's Katniss Everdeen. I was like, oh, they're referencing Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. That's funny.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Why would not they think it's Katniss?
I don't know. No, but I don't know why Marvel mentioned Katniss.
That's what.
Or Disney.
Well,
you know.
You're right. That's still funny.
So the whole fighting scene, this girl gets beat up like crazy. Like, okay, I get, and we've talked we've talked about this before. Whenever we watch action scenes, you know, when Captain America would do a kick, and we're like, we know that Captain America doesn't kill, but based on that kick, you kill that guy. Like, there's no way you didn't kill that guy. So this girl is a normal human being, and she's like, what, 21, 22? Freaking girl will just get thrown out, get kicked on and she like just walking normal. Like, there's no way.
No indication of broken bones, and all she got was a bump or a scratch on her head. So she could put a pizza box as a nice kid. Oh,
there's no way.
Yeah, her character here gave me the vibe that she's still, you know, how do they call it? Still wet behind the ears?
Amateur?
Yeah, an amateur. I mean, after all the training she's gone through, martial arts, I would assume, especially martial arts, that she will have some sense of respect or something. But she still act childish.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. She's young, but she still act childish and, again, fresh behind the ears or wet behind the ears, until she met with Hawkeye. Her character just felt like she needed a spanking.
I'm really curious who's gonna be the main villain in this. I have a feeling that it's gonna be
someone else.
It's Jack. I feel like it's gonna be Jack. I feel like Jack will play a really big part in this.
Well, now
in this show, but I think you might be right. That's what I'm calling. You might be right. The Jack and his uncle, they're both working for someone. And it's gonna be against Ronin or against Hawkeye.
If the thumbnail I saw with
Yelena,
Yelena, I think she's gonna be a big what's the word? A big obstacle until she becomes an opportunity to help him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a very potential, but I think they're gonna talk about what happened in, what is that place?
In space.
No. Their backstory with
That was when they were in below, not somewhere in Europe. No, Russia. Is it Russia? Moscow. Moscow?
Yeah.
Was it Moscow?
No, there's another name for it. I forgot. But yeah.
Macau.
No. It's like a longer syllables name.
Slovenia. Slovakia.
No, syllables. Like there's more syllables in it than Macau. I feel like it starts with a B. I said Belize. It's not Belize.
Bologna.
Bologna. Yeah, it's one of those cities.
Yeah, I'll look it up
But I think we're gonna have our answer
in the show.
Because Hawkeye is gonna explain to her what happened, their backstory, and how they met, and how she got killed, and we're gonna relive the horrifying scene of the death of Black Widow.
Reliving it
Because they're gonna show it again. They're gonna show it again because he's gonna mention it to her. They're gonna try to convince her that they're on the same team. And she's gonna have empathy towards him, and they're gonna fight.
Budapest.
Yeah, I told you.
Budapest.
It's B. Budapest. Yeah. She's gonna have sympathy towards him, and they're gonna work, together.
Work it out. I don't know. She seems like a very stubborn girl. I guarantee there's gonna be some fight. I mean, like they're gonna go at each other until she's gonna calm down and listen.
Calm down. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
No.
So other than that, that's it. That's it for the show. Do you have anything else?
No.
Yeah. Like I said, the show is really straightforward.
Yeah.
It's just a plain story. Exciting, not boring. Plain story. It's a very exciting plain story. Straightforward. Give you a lot of history.
Some sarcasm.
Yeah. It's funny. I really like Jeremy Renner. So one thing that I give a big plus about this actor and about the freedom that they give in this actor in this show is he is so organic with everything that he's doing. You know what I mean? Like, he's so natural. Whenever he says something or acts something, it's just so natural. That's what I really like. It doesn't seem like very scripted. It's just it's
just come
it's
out
just
of his
flowing.
mouth.
Yeah, it's just flowing really well. It's either they gave him so much freedom on what he needs to do, or he's just that great of an actor.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like an acting. You know what I mean? Although, what was that show that we watched and the CGI was terrible?
A show with bad CGI?
Yeah.
There's plenty.
Oh, it was the Station 19. When Courtney was watching that thing.
With the fire?
No. With the one on the rooftop. When the girl was about to jump off the rooftop.
I must have missed that one.
No, because you were there, and I was telling you that the CGI was terrible. Because she liked the guy, but the guy was married, and she was about to jump the rooftop.
Yeah.
Remember that? In that whole scene, that CGI was terrible. But yeah, with this one, it's really nice. The whole cinematic thing the fighting scenes are really nice. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the rest of the show. But what's next after this?
Well, there was no post credit on that show, right?
No. After Hawkeye. What is after?
There was a lot of ideas in terms of what could be the next show or the next movie. It was either Lady Hulk. No, not Lady Hulk. It's
Talking about TV show.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're doing a She-Hulk. They're in Lady Hulk.
She-Hulk.
They're thinking of doing She-Hulk and.
Oh, that's right. There's a lot of them got announced.
Yeah, there's She-Hulk. There's Miss Marvel, and I don't know if that's gonna be a movie or a show.
I want to see I want to see a. Oh, it's not Marvel. It's Sony. I was saying Spider-Gwen. I want to see a Spider-Gwen TV series. We were first introduced Spider-Gwen to from that Spider-Man Spider-Verse.
Mm.
Yeah. So what else is in there?
Miss Marvel and other ideas called Moon Knight. Is that the same night that was they're referring to in the movie Eternals?
No. No.
Oh, and I figured out who the Blade guy is. I think we talked about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Secret Invasion.
I don't know if that's gonna be a show. Is that a show?
I Am Groot. It makes sense to me.
I Am Groot will be a show for sure.
And Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Okay.
That's very. What's the name of that? Who did that special? It was his name, Deadpool.
Oh yeah, right.
But what they did with that Deadpool show, they just kind of watered it down for viewers to see.
Oh, is it?
That was
all. I haven't seen it. I heard it was funny.
Yeah. The holiday special was just a watered down Deadpool 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it.
Yep.
If you enjoyed this podcast and this video cast, just let us know. Comment down below. Tell your friends about us. If you are watching Hawkeye, let us know. And if you're enjoying it, let us know.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen any of this and you reach this end of the podcast, man, we probably spoiled a lot of things.
Go ahead and watch it then.
Go ahead and watch it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna enjoy it. All right. Well, we'll see you guys later.
Yes.
Go follow our social media accounts, The Maximum Filipino Show on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, and all that good stuff. Email us, themaximumfilipino@gmail.com. Watch our other
shows
right here. You're gonna see them right here. You're gonna see these videos. Watch them and have fun. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Late.
Hooray.